It is Ryan Cameron Uncensored, and we're going to talk all things G20 right now. We got a chance to go to the screening.
Mm-hmm.
We enjoyed it.
Loved it.
How many times did we start applauding during the movie?
I want to say over 6. And then there was an awe moment. It was like,
yeah.
Aww.
Yeah. Yeah. And we're joined by one of the stars of the movie, Marsai Martin.
In the building.
One
time.
Hello.
How you feeling?
Good. Very happy after you gave me this peppermint.
We know we try to get the mood right with a little candy.
Right.
Mm-hmm. So if you see something, it's this. But I'm happy to be here. Thank you guys.
So how have you enjoyed Atlanta so far?
Oh yeah, it's great. I love the vibes. I've been here filming multiple times. Got a place here, so yeah, lots of fun.
You got a crib here?
We have like a cute little apartment condo type vibe. Yeah, very sweet.
Oh.
Yeah.
So you are really like into the ATL vibe.
Kinda. Like I need to be more into it because I keep traveling. I leave a lot. So. Yeah.
So do we.
You gotta tell me like what do I need to look for because I go to Toast a lot.
Which one?
Unlimited.
The crowded one?
Toast off
Or the
limits.
non-crowded one?
The one that's on that corner.
Toast
Yeah.
off limits.
With the nail shop and with a valet park and you like, oh, you look at the line, you're like,
Yeah.
Waffle House.
Yeah. But they got 2 entrances.
Oh,
That's what I mean.
so you going-
Entrances. The other one? Oh, the Midtown one, I guess.
Oh, yeah. See, that's
The non-crowded one.
See, look
Yeah,
at Mom.
non-crowded.
Mom done
There
figured
she
it out because
Right.
the other one is like everybody's just in line and kind of waiting to get in there. But the other one is kind of like the same food, but it's also, a great vibe as well.
That one's good. And Silver Skillet. I love that
What?
one.
Wait a minute.
Yes,
Hold on a second.
yes.
Hold on a second.
Yeah.
What you know about some Silver Skillet?
I go.
You don't know nothing about
It's
no
good,
Silver
though.
Skillet.
I go
Okay,
there a lot.
When you go to Silver Skillet, have you ever sat at the stools with your back?
Mm-mm.
That's
no.
when you get to see all the action right there.
Really?
Oh yeah.
In the
Next time,
kitchen.
That makes sense though, but I always go with like more than one person. So
Yeah.
it's like I have a family of 5, so we would take that other that corner one
Yeah.
with the booth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
So-
then they have the old school candy when you check. They filmed a lot of movies in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. You could tell too. Like they got all the pictures and
Yeah.
everything, but I like to keep it
Look at
keep
you,
it low key
knowing
on there.
Silver
I
Skillet.
know
You know
a
what?
little
Okay,
bit. Come
I
on.
give up. I was about to say you don't know nothing about the ATL, but Silver Skillet. That's a win.
That's
All
a
right,
good one.
When we come back, we're going to talk about the movie. We talk everything Atlanta, but let's talk movie. G20 when we come back. It is Ryan Cameron Uncensored. We're talking G20. How was it to be back on a set with somebody that you had worked with for so long, with Anthony Anderson?
Oh, it felt so fun and very familiar, especially with a project that felt so new and different, and of course working with some real like heavy hitters.
Right.
But it was special. It was really special to me, especially when jumping into something that was more on the dramatic side, it was really interesting to work with like another comedic actor jumping into that more dramatic side too. Obviously, he did like it's Anthony. He's done Law and Order and all the things, but
Right.
this is intense. This is like life or death like situations that we really have to portray. So to work with him in this way was new, but the same. Interesting, yeah.
As we all followed your career from little to now big, and just seeing all of your body of work, everything you've done from production to all. At what point, I saw you in an interview, you mentioned the word that you wanted to be legendary status. Was it when you was still young on the set that you saw everything's like, you know what? I can get some money off this on my own. Or was it when all the breakout shows, the Blackish, the Grownish, and all that stuff started to break out? At what point did you feel like, you know what? I need to start running things?
There's been multiple layers of that recently. Honestly, I would probably say at like this past year, I was like, okay, let me really lock in, let me really get into it. I think after I turned 18, I really started to see not just my career and what it was, but just how the world perceived Black women, especially in our industry. And then, of course, with this new climate, this new world of of our administration right now and what we're going through, and the things that they're cutting out of of life.
Right.
You know, it starts to become very real to where I'm like, okay, these stories are way more important than I realize, you know, and especially with the cancellation of Saturdays, which was my Disney Channel show that I created back in 2021. It just kind of, things started to just fall into place that really made me realize, like, okay, this is important. The work that I do is important. The work that I do is impactful. Because I mean, ever since I came out the womb, I just kind of was like going. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's just what my life was, is jumping into the next thing. So sitting back and realizing and actually seeing what it was in the blueprint of it, it made me realize, like, okay, I need to do some more things. Jump into it a lot more. Yeah.
We got more when we come back. It's Ryan Cameron Uncensored.
Ryan Cameron Uncensored. We were talking to Marsai Martin about G20.
Mm-hmm.
I want to kind of reflect on what you were saying, where you've grown up in this industry. And I just remember when, you know, you turned 18, you were starting to wear more of like woman-esque clothing. And some people were like, oh my gosh, she's growing up in front of our eyes. And they didn't know how to accept that. But of course, you know, as I do, we just are growing into who we are, into our womanhood. So how did you take the comments that people were saying and like you just kind of being like, look, I'm 18 plus, y'all, like, this is me.
Literally that. I was just like, oh, it is what it is. I feel like it's gonna be hard for everybody, especially the aunties and the cousins that have been watching me for so long. I'm like, I can't control that, you know. I feel the same way when I watch other actors and stuff. Like, man, I saw you at this age, and now you're growing up. Like, this is crazy. Mm-hmm. So I get it and I understand, but these are people who don't know me. They don't know me from a can of paint. They understand and they see the journey, but they don't understand what it took to get here. Mm-hmm. And at the same time, I mean, the transition from childhood to adulthood looks very different for everybody. Mm-hmm. So I'm not jumping into something being like, okay, I'm gonna wear this dress because I look grown in it. I'm wearing it because I feel good in it. Mm-hmm. You know. So I don't look at comments. I'm hardly on social media like that. If I'm on social media, it's for food recommendations and home decor stuff, things that happen in my personal life. And yeah, just going from there. This is my job. Right. So, you know, you take it with a grain of salt.
So when you see somebody like who's also done the same type of stuff, like a Keke Palmer, who's grown up in, have you had a conversation with her about how to navigate these waters? Because people remember her from Akilah and the Bee, and now all of a sudden it's anything that she's doing, but she still came from that childhood stardom to adult stardom as well. Have y'all ever had a conversation about this life?
You know, about this life?
About this life?
You know, not as deep and intellectual of a conversation, but I mean, of course, I was on her show, and she is amazing, and I mean, her transition has been so beautifully done, and the spaces that she's in. But I mean, yeah, we definitely had that conversation of more of what we've both been through and what we've seen in the industry and how it's changed and the things that we keep pushing and keep striving to put on the big and small screen. And yeah, I mean, I know there are so many other people from Keke to Kelly Rowland, Jennifer Lewis, Kyla Pratt, people that have watched me and supported me, and I know I could go to them for absolutely anything if I need to. So, I mean, it's always there, for sure. We got more when we come back. It's Ryan Cameron Uncensored. It is Ryan Cameron Uncensored. We're talking everything G20. When they came to you with the script and you saw who the president was and how that was all going to play out, because it is a thriller, but it is some drama with some plot twists and a different kind of story. What made you go, you know what, I'm on board with this? I think all the above. I really wanted to do an action-packed film. Yeah. One of my dreams growing up was to play an assassin. I wanted you to have see that. You know, I wanted you to have a fight scene. Yeah. I really did. I mean, yeah. Did I have? No. I'm saying like that we filmed that they probably cut out, because there was a lot of things that we did do. But looking back into it, I'm like, okay, it definitely didn't make sense for the story. Right. But yeah, I didn't have one that was really like a boom, boom, boom. But I think this was a perfect transition into that, though. I think as an actor, you kind of, I'm grateful enough, especially in my journey, that I've kind of had a taste of everything in little bits and pieces as projects. So I don't jump into something that feels very out of the blue. Because action is hard.
Oh, yeah.
It was really tough for me. But I'm so grateful that I did it to prepare me for the next thing.
I think you should be the new Triple X, because we had what was it? Not Ving Rhames. It was Ice Cube.
Okay.
Who was the last one? And everybody's like, "There's gonna be a female. There's gonna be a female." You want to do action? Triple X is the best one to do.
Okay.
I think so.
I got you.
You know, Vin Diesel was the first one.
Okay.
Yeah. And Ice Cube. Now you.
Okay.
Somebody put that. Somebody write that down real quick, yo. Triple X.
Triple X. But
Go ahead, Mom. There you go. I got you.
I have a spoiler alert for those that may not have seen the movie. But we went to go see the movie, and there was, I believe, the scene that you're supposed to be saving the day kind of got interrupted by.
I heard it was a fight. I heard there was a fight.
That was our theater.
What? Yes.
I heard there was a fight that broke out.
And so
I was like, if
trying
that's
to
not
get
the
it.
most Atlanta thing I've ever seen.
Right. She's from Atlanta. She's from Atlanta.
No. Listen,
So
I was like, what?
I do have to ask because I missed it.
Like, what
This is
happened?
when you're literally, I guess you crawled the top to
Top
do
of the tower.
Yeah, to do
to
a
connect
signal.
the Wi-Fi.
And then you come to the hotel lobby to get a laptop.
That's funny. Are you trying to re-explain the story?
Yeah, we don't, 'cause we missed it.
Because you missed it.
It was all kind of shenanigans going
telling you.
on while this was going on.
Yes. So what happened?
Oh man. The fact that you said climb the satellite, that's actually the middle of the movie.
Well, see,
so
that's
did
what I
they
got.
did they dip after?
No. So we got the climbing of the satellite. So I was like, okay, sis finna save the day. So
Yeah.
when you get to the part where you're supposed to actually save the day,
Okay.
that's when they came in. And I was like, okay, well, wait, what did she do to like say? Because
Yeah, we don't know how you saved
we
the
don't
day.
know it.
Oh,
So I was like,
baby,
is it a laptop?
you just gonna have to watch
What'd you
it.
get out of the lobby?
man.
Wait, we gotta watch it
That was
again.
Watch it again.
We was
Baby,
there.
You just it's streaming now. How you want me to explain it to the people?
Oh my goodness. Okay, let me
See?
re-sign up for my Amazon
you gotta
Prime.
watch it on the couch where you know there's not a fight that's about
That's
to break out.
See, ain't no telling. what's
Unless
gonna
they like
happen
jump
at
out the window and be like, again, you know. But yeah, I did some things though after that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just gotta watch it again to see.
Start from halfay. I'll give you
how
a
did
little
it
bit.
feel playing? I think that in our culture now, especially, we're seeing more women in tech.
Yeah.
And they're showing you as, this nerdy tech girl, but of course you still in the streets because you went outside to have a party. But how did that, how did you feel being able to portray a Black younger teen that actually is into technology?
Oh, I loved it. I think with my character Serena, you definitely saw like a character and emotional arc throughout. But I think naturally as an actor, you kind of create your own background story for the character just to help you really get into it. And the fact that she kind of already had one was very helpful, very sweet. And I will always root for Black Girls Code, Black Girls in STEM, because those are communities that need to be supported and need to be lifted. And what better way to do it than show it on screens and never seen before people that even knew that was a thing or knew that was happening. So I'm beyond grateful to be just a canvas to, so many people and so many communities that need it. And I'm excited, truly. Yeah.
It is Ryan Cameron Uncensored. We're talking to Marsai Martin, talking G20. And what projects do we have in the can? Can you tell us anything about anything coming up?
Yeah, I could tell you some projects. I filmed a movie with Courtney B. Vance.
Nice.
That is a father-daughter film based in L.A. and the hardships and the lifestyle of that. And, it just follows a strained father and daughter relationship, which I believe is super special. I'm kind of on this era of being just wanting to do more grounded and more real projects, and just testing my abilities to seeing what I can do and what's next for me. And that was definitely a special one for sure. So I actually filmed that one a couple months after G20, so should be out pretty soon. Yeah.
Okay.
And a bunch of other things on the Genius side and different ventures. So just got to keep.
Any production stuff that you're doing?
Yeah. Well, that was produced by me and Jamie Foxx and his company. So that one was
Foxhole, man.
Yeah, that was really big for us as a whole. And then man, we got a bunch of things. We got our rom-coms. We got something like Triple X probably. So I mean, there's a bunch of things coming down the pipeline to stay tuned about. Yeah.
In watching G20, I know I'm very bad with AI. Like, I'm so not good with AI. But watching this, you see how AI is kind of taking over the world. You know, they had to say the certain words, and it made them seem like they was down with everything. I mean, do you think that's the realness that's going on right now?
That's happening right now. What you mean?
Because I'm so behind the 8 ball with AI.
He still think AI is Allen Iverson.
Oh my gosh.
True story.
Well, listen, if you remember seeing how they did the election and dropping different things on Twitter,
Right.
and faking
Deep fakes.
in the deep fakes,
Right.
It's not too far off. So I think one of the messages in the film, there's a lot of things to take away from the film, but one of them is definitely don't believe everything you see on the internet. Do your research and be mindful of what you put out there.
Right.
Because not everybody has your best interests at heart. I think especially in this world of now altering America's news and our algorithms, what we see versus what the whole entire world sees within our country, it's very important to stay mindful, be aware of your surroundings and where you're at, and also who's listening.
Right.
Well, speaking of AI, how do you feel as an actor that they can actually take your image now and use it and don't really need you to be there?
You know, it's a little scarce. I'm not gonna lie.
Do you think it's gonna actually happen?
I hope not. I don't think so. But you never know. I wish I could just go like this so they don't see me.
Cover your face.
Yeah, cover my face. But I mean, I'm already, there's Google images and stuff. I can't control any of that. You just gotta hope and pray people do their research.
Do the right thing too.
Don't believe everything you see.
Right.
And always ask questions. Don't believe the rumors and stuff. It's kind of weird, but people do crazy things.
Yeah, I'm sure you've seen some videos of yourself saying something and you're like, that never actually happened.
I actually haven't yet. And
you haven't seen an AI of you? Okay.
I would be petrified.
I know.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Oh no, because I look at the streams. I've seen how people alter voices and stuff,
Right.
and everybody reacting like I didn't say that. No.
Okay.
I don't. Oh no. I'm glad I'm not in it yet.
So, one question I want to ask you, because when you came in with your team and you have your mom here, as your star continues to grow and get brighter, how important is it to have that family grounding? Because unfortunately, we see people when they start, when they get hot, when they bubble over, and people kind of fall by the wayside. And I'm always saying, you got to have those same people with you in the beginning, because as the whispers start and you need to be doing this and you need to be doing that,
Exactly.
Everybody may not have your best interest in mind. So how important is it to have, I don't know if she's a momager or just mom or
She's
what?
just mom.
Okay.
Hello. Yeah, she's just my mama. I have my manager's outside. It's important to have just people who will truly be honest with you. No yes men. No people who have egos bigger than life itself. In our journey, we've had people on our team that's kind of had to, fall off from the wayside because of those reasons. But I think as my mom and my dad, they've stuck around and have been able to just keep me grounded and keep me whole. And honestly, we wanted to break the narrative of how people saw child actors in these super big after parties and spaces and stuff, because you will walk into a Hollywood party and it's only the child there with a rep that they barely know or something, and that is something that they've made normal. But growing up, like even before all of this film and TV stuff, they were always there. So that is a normal thing that we have made and set in stone, and it doesn't matter how old I am, they will still and always be around because I know they have my best interests at heart, and go from there.
So you never thought about divorcing your parents?
No,
I've
never thought of.
Mom was like, no.
But hey, listen, before we do that, we would have the real conversation of like, look, what do we need to change? This is how I feel.
Right.
What are you feeling? Mm-hmm. How do we make this better? Because, I mean, for me, if my family dynamic is not there, it's nothing for me. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I'm like, then what are we doing? Why are we here? Mm-hmm. You know, what do we have to do? I will stop everything before I lose my family.
Hey.
Do you feel like you've had a better relationship with your mom because she's not your momager? Because, you know, you've heard of that happen where you're like, oh, my mom raised me till I was 18 and now I'm old enough and I kind of want to do my own thing and separate from her. Love my mom to be here, but as a manager, it might not be the best for me.
You know, I think because she was a momager at one point. Okay. Obviously, when I was like 5 and 6,
Yeah.
when it made sense. But I do think there should be a sense of balance and normalcy, because I think oftentimes if they're like too deep in or like a manager or whatever, those conversations can look really different. And sometimes you're just like, listen, I just need you to be a mom right now, and that's it. And that is it. She's truly that to her core. She's never not that.
Of course.
So I think. Listen, she's right here. She's
nodding her head.
She's not
She's in agreement.
Yeah, she's in agreement. But you know, it looks different for many, many different people. But it all starts with us. Yeah, truly.
And I think, you know, we've had so many people on, and I only say this to a couple of people. I think just reading the energy of the room is that it's obvious that you're in it, but not of it.
Exactly. I always say I worked in Hollywood, but I did not grow up in it.
Yeah.
At all.
We can tell.
All.
It definitely gives.
Yeah.
Well,
you know, like you're still, I don't want to say regular, but you're still yourself.
But truly, I am. I really am regular. I'm just a normal girl trying to figure out her 20-somethings. And as soon as people see that and realize that, I feel like a lot of people would kind of be better about, you know, what the comments that they put out, the things that they say. Mm-hmm. And this is just me, honestly.
Well, you know, you had us at Silver Skillet.
Yeah.
So Marsai Martin.
One time.
We knew he was real when you said Silver Skillet. I was like, yeah, she one of us.
Hilarious. Well, thank you guys so much. I appreciate it.